Hello viewers, it's another day and I'm so happy meeting you again. As you know, I don't know, but whenever I'm coming to have tutorials with you, I feel so happy and I'm so pleased to have you wonderful people watching my videos always. I say a big thank you for supporting the Eden family to grow. My name is Pat, fashion designer in Ghana, and today in today's tutorials we are going to look at the 10 basic tools you need as a fashion designer. So without much ado, let's go to our sewing tables. Okay, so when you come to sewing, I don't know, but things you can't do without them. And the first one is your tape measure. I don't know how you are going to sew right without the use of tape measure, because whether ranging from measuring the person to cutting the fabric, everything, you are going to need a tape measure. So it's kind of, tape measure is let's say, so for fashion designers, tape measure is a crest, or should I say our school badge. So tape measure is actually our badge for sewing. So everything you do revolves around our tape measure, and we always put a tape measure around our leg to check whether all the measurements are right when we are sewing. Second, our scissors. Scissors. Okay, so in sewing, I don't know, if you have 10 yards of fabric, how can you sew without cutting? You will always cut. So I have two scissors here. This one is for fabric and papers. It can cut both fabric and it can cut papers as well. And this one is called pinking shears. I use it for knitting, since I don't have a knitting machine here. So whenever I sew and because I want my fabric, my dress to look neat and appear so clean, I just have to use the pinking shear to knitting up the seam edges and all that. And I'm supposed to have one scissors, which is called thread scissors or something. Yeah, I think thread scissors. Okay, and that one we use it to cut small thread from our dresses. Okay, so scissors come here. My second partners when it comes to sewing, and I really love my pinking shears. I don't know, so I always put it in the box after I have used it to cut. And actually, I have these pinking shears in one of the shops around, and it cost around 30 Ghana cedis. Yeah, 30 Ghana cedis. Okay, so third on the list, is our book and pen. Or now you can download apps like Write Notes, Notefill to keep your records. I actually use these books to keep records of the people I sew for. Okay, so I take my measurements, I keep it for recording. So whenever I take measurements, maybe I've taken the measurements of pants, so bust, I write it, chest. Since I don't have the sewing book, that's what I use to keep the measurements for my clients. Okay, so let's go. Now we have this, our chalk. You see, sometimes you go to some of our sewing shops and they use white chalk and all of that. Yeah, it's good, okay. But one thing about tailor's chalk, this is the right chalk to use as a tailor. Tailor's chalk is that it cleans easily, and when you sew, your machine needle can actually pass on tailor's chalk as compared to that of the normal classroom chalk, some of our sewing chalk uses. So the best chalk to use as a tailor, as a seamstress, as a fashion designer is tailor's chalk, and mine is left with small. Don't laugh at me, please. And at this point, if you have not subscribed, if you have not liked my video, if you have not commented, oh my dear, then what are you doing? Please remember your likes and your comments help me to know what I should do for you every now and then. Please subscribe so that you'll be the first person to get notified whenever I upload new sewing tutorials. Thank you for subscribing and liking. Let's move on. My brush. This is a hair brush, okay? But I use it to clean up my dress after sewing. So sometimes after sewing, you may think, okay, all our hair brush, okay? I use this hair brush to clean up all small thread that may be in the dress after sewing. At times, after sewing, you may think, okay, my dress is looking so neat, but you may not know. Maybe there will be some tiny fabric on the dress, so you just have to use the brush to clean up all those small threads. This will help you to be double sure that your dress comes out so neat, both outside and inside, and there are no thread falling when the client wears the dress. Okay. Iron. I don't know, but I really love ironing, okay, and I think it's a must for every dressmaker to also like ironing. Ironing makes your work comes out so neat and so perfect, perfect. Now let's go into the next section of these tutorials. That's those of us who uses drafting tools. Okay, and for me, I use this brown paper. So normally I use brown paper to draft the dresses I have to sew, and it makes my work comes out so neat. And when you use brown paper, it makes your work have little or no alteration at all, because at times after drafting with the brown paper, I cut the pattern on linens, batiks, leftover fabrics, just to be double sure to check whether my darts, seam lines and everything will fall so neat on the main fabric before I'll cut it on the main fabric. And this makes my work appear so neat. Okay, then if you will use brown paper, then you're definitely going to need masking tape. It will help you hold in place your brown paper to your table or whatever cutting mat you are cutting on it, to make sure that your paper will not fly, you will not be flying around just to mess up your work. Okay, then we have let me go to marker first. So like the chalk, if you are drafting on the brown paper, you will definitely need a marker for the drafting. Yeah, sure. Then if you are cutting on the brown paper, you will need a tracing wheel. We have different types of tracing wheel, but I'm very comfortable with this very one. And we use tracing wheel to transfer seam lines, darts, and small curves from our pattern papers to our main fabrics for cutting. Then we come to our rulers. I don't know, but if we are using brown paper or a drafting paper for drafting, you actually going to need your rulers, and as well as those who uses free hands to cut. Rulers actually makes the work comes out so neat. You just imagine if you are drawing for BDT, that's printed. If you are drawing and you don't use ruler, like your drawing may not come out very neat, okay? And same thing applies to sewing. When you are sewing, you have to use the right tools, the right rulers, just to make your work comes out so neat. So this is my armhole, and I use this to draw my armholes. And when you are drafting a dress with a round neck, your armhole really helps you because of the curve you have here. It really helps in drawing a perfect round neck for your dresses. And a hip curve, as the name goes, curve. So in drawing curves, your hip curve really helps in getting a right curve for your dress, especially for when you are sewing for a lady. You will need hip curve to draw them from the waist to the hip line, just to get the hip curve so right. So hip curve too is very, very important when you are drafting. We have so many rulers, okay, so many rulers, and it comes with different shapes. We use some rulers for designing and all of that, but I think these are the most basic ones. I didn't talk about this one. This one is actually for straight lines, for your drafting and your cutting. This one is for straight lines. All right. Now to the next, seam ripper. I don't know, but normally when you visit some of our traditional sewing shops, okay, they use this blade to undo all unwanted seams. And mostly I ask myself, okay, so if what you mistakenly cut the dress with the blade, what are you going to do? Okay, so I think with the seam ripper, it helps you to remove unwanted seams so fast, and it makes the dress look neat even after you have removed all your unwanted seams. And one other thing, I don't know, but this one I feel comfortable using it when I'm sewing. You can also use a magnet, okay, to hold your pins, but this pin pushing actually helps a lot. At times you may be taking pins from your magnet and the pin can prick you, or sometimes you can get a blade cut. Since we sometimes put our blades on the magnet, you may get a cut. But when you are using this, you just take, you put it back, take, you put it back, take, you put it back like that. And I don't know, when it's on my wrist, I feel so comfortable, and I feel I'm looking so professional. Okay, so this last tutorial actually looks at supplementary. I don't like it's though it's needful, okay, but they are supplementary sewing tools. But the first ones, I don't know how you can sew without using those tools. If at this juncture you have still not subscribed and like this video, what are you doing, my dear? Please subscribe and add your comments at the comment section. Your comments actually make me know that, okay, so this tutorial was nice, it was helpful, and we need it. We always need more of your tutorials, as well as your likes and your subscriptions. Thank you. for making the Eden family grow. God bless you for watching the tutorial up to the end. See you in my next tutorial. Bye.